Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live session on this Sunday evening, just before the bank holiday Monday. If you're able to join this session, that's great. This is not a planned session. Um, so I just decided 5 minutes ago that let's do a live on YouTube. I've not done a live on YouTube for a long time now. And I think the last live was done more than 1 years ago. The topic was completely different. Uh, so I remember the last live I did was actually from Italy. So I was living in Italy for a month. This was back in 2024, early 2024. And that's when I did my last live. The channel was a completely different focus at that time. I used to do mainly videos for doctors who are planning to come to the UK. But since uh, November 2024, I have changed the channel focus to finance and investment. And after that, when we pivoted to a personal finance channel, I don't think I have done any live on this channel. So, anyone who is able to join, big welcome. I'm connected with a lot of you on the WhatsApp channel. So uh, it's actually much easier for you to reach me on the WhatsApp. If you're part of the NRI community, then thank you for joining the community. It's something that I started just less than 2 months ago, and we are building that into a very engaged NRI focused community because as you know, when you move to a new country, it's actually quite difficult to get used to the different options, how to manage your money. And most of my channel viewers are working professionals. So either they are just starting their career or they are quite senior. Like I know there are a few of senior GP colleagues who are in this community. Hi, Srinivas. Thank you for joining. I hope you are all joining from the UK because India is probably quite late at the moment. Uh, do let me know where you are joining from. Drop them in the comments. Are you from UK? Are you joining from India? Are you joining from any other parts of the world? Uh, right. Now, I just finished shooting for tomorrow's video. So that is the topic is actually about limited companies. I set up a limited company in April in the new financial year, and I've been hearing about limited company for a long time. Like I think since I started working in the UK, people are saying that if you do limited company, it helps with the tax. Um, and a lot of people who have businesses, well, if you have a business, of course, you'll be having a limited company. But a lot of salaried people, they also have a limited company. Like I'm a salaried person, I have a job, but this is the first year when I actually set up a limited company in this country. So tomorrow's video will be about a limited company, how to do it, what are the advantages of a limited company, how it helps you save your taxes. Because the main idea of separating you as a salaried employee and your income outside your salary, this is the main idea of doing a limited company. If you have a business, that's a different thing. uh, but the limited company taxed, the tax treatment is completely different than what you are taxed as a professional or as a salaried employee. The currently the limited company tax rates are around 19%, and if you have a higher income is 25%. There are some news rumors that the UK government is planning to do it 25% flat. I mean, it's not into effect yet. um, but I mean, honestly, if you are doing a company, it's not you who will be filing the taxes, because as a salaried paye, if you are a payee, if that's how you earn your money, your salary, then you don't always need an accountant. But if you are doing a limited company, you must have an accountant, because it's not possible to do it if you are not from the finance background or not an accountant yourself. I don't think it's possible for you to manage all the tax filing, all the regulations. So if you have a limited company, you must have an accountant to do all these things for you. um, the problem with limited company is the accountancy fees goes up significantly. It's anything between 800 pound to 1200 pound in a year. You need your accountant. For example, my accountant does everything for me, so from setting up the company to doing monthly account statement to filing the tax returns at the end of the year, as well as filing my self assessment tax return, as I'm the director of the company. So there's a lot of thing that an accountant will have to do. Hi Akash, thank you for joining. Please do drop your comments. Any questions that you want me to cover, any topic you want me to cover in the future. I'll try to answer your questions as much as possible today. I'll be here for another next 15 minutes. If you have any burning questions, please do drop it in the comments. I can answer it now. Or if you have any suggestions about future video topics, again, please do let me know. If you are part of the WhatsApp community, great. You can always drop me a message there. If you're not part of the WhatsApp community, let me see if I can leave the link here. Otherwise, if you go to my videos, it's a nas.io website link. If you go on there, you will find the WhatsApp community there as well. Okay, so we have around 9 people. Great. So, what are your plans for the bank holiday weekend? Are you traveling anywhere? Are you doing something fun? Okay, so 10 people have joined me now. Great. I hope you can hear me well. I'm using a different mic. Usually I use the one on my ear, but today I'm using a separate mic. That's a DJI mic. So, I mean, on live session, I can only read what you write on the comments. You won't be able to talk to me like a Zoom session where you can actually talk. But here on YouTube Live, I can only read your comments. Okay. So I was talking about the limited company. So limited company setting up, you need an accountant. The fees is 50 pound. So there is this organization called Companies House in the UK. So they are the main organization who will look after where you register your company, and they are meant with all the regulatory framework, regular schedule for live streaming. So I have not done live for more than 1 year. So if there is enough appetite, then I can plan on doing a regular live schedule. But as of now, if this is a live I'm doing after almost 1.5 year, so I've not done live for a long time. So but if you want me to do live, drop me the questions. Maybe what you can do is you can drop me on the WhatsApp community. If we can get like 5 6 questions, and we can do live. I can only do it on the weekends. It's difficult to do it on the weekdays evening, but weekend live I can do. So okay, so Arvin is asking, MS Arvin, new to UK, 40,000 in stocks and shares are between me. Yes, absolutely, Arvin. So you can invest 20,000 is the allowance for you. 20,000 will be for your wife, or for let's say if you are a woman, then 20,000 between you, husband and wife, 2020. If you have more money left, then you can actually invest for your children. It's called Junior ISA, JISA. So JISA, Junior ISA. 8,000 is the limit in that case if you're doing it for your children. The only problem or something to remember is JISA account money is not accessible. So you are going to only be able to access the amount when your children will turn 18 years of age. So it's more like if you're saving for your children's education, for their college, or maybe you want to give the money as a lump sum for their maybe buying a house or some setting up a business, whatever. So they can only access the money when they turn 18. So the money is locked. Another issue is now we know that maybe our children will be uh, they will be more considerate of what to do with the money. But when they turn 18 and this junior ISA money matures, it's up to them to decide how to spend the money, because they become the owner of the money at that point. So if, for example, if they don't want to listen to you, for example, you have saved the money so that they can use it for education. Now when they turn 18, if they say no, I don't want to spend this money on education, I just want to do a business, or I just want to travel the world with this money, they are the decision makers at that point. So legally you don't have much control of that money anymore. So this is something, I mean, you never know what happens in future. So this is something we should be aware of, because you might have saved the money for one reason, but it's your children, when they turn 18 and they get the money, they get to decide what to do with that money, not you. Legally, of course, we usually have a very closely knit family, and of course our children get the values from us. So I'm sure that they are not going to be wasting the money. But if they want to spend the money in things that you don't agree with, they can do that, so you can't stop them. Okay, global cryptocurrency ETF. Right. See, cryptocurrency ETF, Bank of England recently, last month, they published a kind of press statement stating that they might allow cryptocurrency ETF sometime at the end of this year. Now we have to just wait and see what happens. If it comes up, of course, it will be available in all the major platforms, but it's difficult to say because in the Europe and UK there is some inhibition about allowing cryptocurrency. Though you can buy cryptocurrency on major platforms like Coinbase, eToro, you can buy it. It's not a problem. But the tax treatment on Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency is very very poor, because one is there is a enough buying and selling cost, is actually there is a significant cost associated with it. It's not free. For example, if you go and buy an ETF on Invest Engine, there is no buying and selling cost. Where but if you go and buy, let's say you go on Coinbase and you buy Bitcoin, there is a significant charge associated with it. I don't remember the exact percentage, but it's better you go and buy a significant amount of money. At least no point buying £100, because £2 or £3 will be taken as a charge. So it's better you buy with a good amount of money. That's only for Bitcoin, not for ETF, because at the moment you don't have any ETF available. You can kind of get indirect access to cryptocurrency, but not a proper cryptocurrency or Bitcoin ETF. Hopefully, it will come up by end of this year if Bank of England allows it. But you just have to wait and see. But not at the moment. The advantage of having an ETF is we will be able to access them as a part of our ISA. So that's where you get the main benefit, because in that case the charges will be reasonable. You don't have to pay a significant amount of capital gains taxes on that. But at the moment, if you have not completed your ISA allowance, thinking about Bitcoin makes no sense, because even if you make a lot of returns, then most of it will be taken up by capital gains tax. So first is make sure that you get at least full allowance of your ISA. Then at least put a good amount of money in your pension, even if you don't want to fill up that 60,000 annual allowance, at least give 30,000, and only then think of going outside the ISA and thinking of Bitcoin and all. A reason the usually the portfolio construction would be something around 5 to 10% of your entire portfolio. So if you are giving 20,000 in your ISA and another 30,000 in your pensions, so 5% of 50,000 pound, that will be a reasonable cryptocurrency allocation in your portfolio. So if you want to do that, you can do that, but the charges are not favorable at the moment, and capital gains tax is something that you can't avoid if you're going to crypto. Okay, but yeah, once the cryptocurrency ETF comes up, I'll let you know. I'll cover that because I'm also planning to buy. If it gets approved and it comes on the platforms, I will be putting my money in the cryptocurrency ETF, and I'll make a video around that time. Okay, right. Hello, Asis. Right. Drop me any questions, any comments. I actually dropped a message in the WhatsApp group so that some of you might be joining here. Uh, right. So I was talking about limited company. Limited company is a very important entity, and once you start earning money, particularly if your salary goes above 100,000 pound, that's the time you need to start thinking of having a limited company, because the way the tax is structured in this country is better to have your salary less than 100,000 pound. That gives you the most efficiency from tax point of view. Now if you're earning money more than that, first is make sure that your taxable adjusted pay stays below 100,000. For example, my salary will be in the like additional rate tax band based on my NHS salary. But what I tend to do is I reduce it by means of pension, salary sacrifice. If nothing is working, you can just take unpaid leave, because it's better. You don't work for your company and just work for yourself. Like set up a different company, set up some additional income streams, and just work for yourself rather than working for your employer. So you can try all of this to make sure that your taxable income stays below 100,000 pound, and then work for either your own company. If you don't have a company, like I didn't have a company for last so many years, only this financial year I set up my own company. So the simplest thing to do is work as a sole trader. Like that's how I used to earn my YouTube income. So there is this entity called sole trader, which where you don't need to do anything. So it's very simple. Just keep a note of the income that it is coming to your bank account on your personal bank account. You don't need a business bank account. If you want to do it, it's fine, but you don't need to, because business bank account cost money. A normal current account in any bank, they don't cost money. They don't charge you a fee unless you are going for some kind of a premium account. But the business bank account, they will always cost you money. Like I have been, well, there are some free business accounts, but they don't have the enough features that is almost mandatory. Because let's say if you have a business bank account, your accountant need to do the accounting for every transaction that is coming. So for that, you need something called a Zero software. Zero and QuickBooks, these are the two uh, most popular softwares. So the way it works is you need to link your Zero to your bank account, and your accountant will need to be given access to the accounting software Zero. So any kind of money that's coming in and going out, your accountant will know. I mean, you are not giving them access to your bank account, so it's like a third party in between, like a middleman. So the Zero software, they looks into your bank account, all the transactions, and your accountant will keep an eye on it. And eventually, at the end of the year, they will do the accounting bit, filing the taxes and anything, any advice. So they will be monitoring that. So if you're going on a free business bank account, you don't get this integration. So for some very basic features, you need to go for a paid business account. So if you are a sole trader and you are not earning like 5 6,000 pound in a year, it makes no sense to do all these things. You can actually just do them in your own bank account. Make sure that I used to maintain an Excel document where whenever there was some business transaction, I just need to add them on the Excel sheet, and at the end of the year you just give it to an accountant for tax filing, self-assessment filing. You don't need to set up any new account or anything, just your own self-assessment. You just give it to an accountant. They will charge a fee between 250 to 300 pound, and they will do the account filing for you. So it's quite simple. So that entity is called sole trader. Very simple. You don't need to pay a lot of money for that. But if you are doing limited company, as I said, your accountant fee is going to be something like £1,000 to 1,200 pound, plus all of them will charge VAT on top. So it's a sizable money. So unless you are earning something like 8 to 10,000 pound in a year outside your salary, there's no point doing a limited company. Okay, tax related concern. So Akash, thanks Akash for your question. Any tax related concern if you transfer money from NRE to UK savings bank account? From NRE to savings, no, it's quite simple, because see, the money that is in your NRE account, that's already been taxed. So you can simply move money. It's very easy. Like any bank you have, any Indian bank NRE account, ICICI, SDFC, whatever bank you have, IDFC, is actually quite simple to do that. Move the money to your UK account. You can do it online. You don't need to do any paperwork much. You just have to do an online process, whatever is in the website. I have with ICICI bank account, I can move the money quite easily. No problem with that. The only tax related concern for NRE account is about the interest that you are earning in a year. So that is something that you need to declare to during your self assessment filing. You need to declare the interest that you are earning, and this interest should, this the allowance in a year is £500. For, well, there is a difference between based on your salary. If your salary is less than £50,000, then your allowance is £1,000. If more than £50,000 salary, then your allowance is £500. So this £500 includes your UK all savings account, like whatever you have, current account, savings account, whatever you have, plus your NRE interest as well. So if you are putting in a lot of money, let's say you have like 10 lakhs in your NRE account and you are getting 6.5 to 7% interest on that, that can breach your £500 allowance. So be careful about that. Maybe 2 3 lakhs is fine, you'll be okay, but don't put in big lump sum in your NRE. Well, you can do it, just make sure that you declare it. I mean, you can always do that, there is no problem with that. Just make sure that you declare it in your self assessment, because people have received letter from HMRC, particularly for the NRE interest which were not declared. It's actually very easy for HMRC to access your records, because when you open an NRI account, they will, no Indian bank is going to open your account without your UK national insurance number. So it's very easy, they can access the data quite easily. A lot of people think that Indian banks will not declare the information to the UK authorities, but it's not how it works. They don't care if UK authorities want to access it. Most bank will give the data, because see, bank has no issues. Like, you are the person who needs to pay the tax. Bank has no issue with that. They will easily give the data. Okay, low voice. So Yukonandan says he can't hear me. I'm not sure. Okay, let me know. I have turned the volume to maximum. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, right. Er, So, okay, I think that's all for today. So, yeah, tomorrow the video is about limited company. I've covered in detail. If you are planning on opening a limited company, or if you are thinking about it, I have covered this in detail in tomorrow. Uh, One more thing about limited company I want to cover here is that if you are planning on a help to buy let, which means that you want to buy properties and let them out, rent it out here. So if a lot of people do that, actually it's a very common strategy. It used to be very popular previously when the tax treatment for buy to let thing was really good. So a lot of people who are in their 60s or 70s in this country, they this used to be the main income source for them after they retire, after they take a early retirement. They used to do this buy to let. So they used to buy your houses and let it out. So it's a different form of a mortgage that the bank will lend you. So a lot of people who want to do this kind of renting out of property thing, limited company at this point in time is the favored approach for them, because as a salaried person, or even as an income, if you're someone who's having some form of income, could be salary, could be your business, is better to have a limited company and then buy houses through the limited company rather than doing it on your own. So from tax point of view, uh, buy to let means you is better to have a limited company and then buy the property in that limited company's name rather than in your personal name. So from tax point of view, if you talk to any accountant, they will let you know that if you're planning on building a property empire, in that case it's best to have a limited company. Okay, right. So thank you for joining me. Please, if you're part of the WhatsApp community, please do get in touch with your suggestions, anything, any future videos, topics that you have in mind. Please do let me know. If you're not part of the community, then do check out the link. It's on my YouTube video. Just go to my last video. I put out the link there. Okay, so hello, Karan. So I know Karan Kukreja. He's been following my videos for a long time now. He's always very proactive in commenting. Thank you, sir. For someone planning to move back to India 3 to 4 years, is still a good option to invest in workplace pension. See, workplace pension is one of the best tax efficient way to save your money. If you are determined that you want to go back to India in 3 years, then it's fine. It's fine to opt out of it. You can do that. It's not a big deal. Uh, 3 to 4 years, you'll be okay. That overall impact is not going to be a lot. But if you're planning anything 5 years and above, it's best to be part of it. Uh, so yeah, for a short term, if you're determined that you're going to go back, it's fine to not contribute to workplace pension. Rather, if you are a high earner, for example, if you're in the additional rate tax band, something around 100,000 plus or even 125,000 plus, that's where the additional rate kicks in. If that's where you are, then maybe you can consider a SIP, or preferably you should do workplace pension. Forget about the money, just contribute, forget about the money, and come back when you are 68, 69. Just come back to you can get the money. But 3 to 4 years, you don't want to complicate things. I completely understand. It's fine to opt out for that point of view. uh, okay. Okay, thank you, Karan. Okay. Okay, so that's all for today. If you like me to, if you want me to do more and more live sessions, I'm happy to do that. Please do let me know, or just let me know in the comments of my videos, or even in this live session, and we can plan something on the weekends. Particularly, I can do on a Saturday, Sunday. We can do some live sessions. Okay. All the best, guys. Have a good bank holiday weekend. Enjoy. Bye.